Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me yet again for another episode of Thoughts of King. This is your boy, John Freeman, aka The King. Today, we are going to be talking about fitness again. That's right, part 2. I promised you last week that I will make a follow-up, and we're going to talk about that today. So, last week, we talked about, discipline, the reasons why, and what are some great benefits of working out as far as, mentally and health-wise. But today, we're going to talk about dedication, results, because results is what we're all looking for, and a mix of whatever else will pertain to fitness. So stay tuned and...
All right, so let's talk about dedication first. I think dedication is one of the foundations of working out because, of course, you got to be dedicated to this, right? So let's talk about dedication. Let's talk about mine. So a piece of dedication for me, kind of seeps into discipline because, you have to be disciplined to do it. But dedication wise, that's a little bit different. So my dedication, 5 days out the week, I scale it down from 6 to 5. My dedication is I try to go and work out before my work shift. For me, work either starts at 9:30 or 12 o'clock. So if I'm opening the store at 10, I have to be there by 9:30. I'm up by 5:30. Go hit the gym for a solid 2 hours, get my weight training in and then get my cardio in, come home, shower, get dressed, and then straight to work afterwards. That's dedication. Are there days I want to sleep in? Absolutely. Are there days where I don't want to work out? Absolutely. But guess what? I'm dedicated to it because I promised myself that I was going to be dedicated to it. It's the dedication part. It's something that you have to, eat, sleep, breathe, and you just have to be about it. You want to get the results that you that you want to get to, but unfortunately you can't do it not being dedicated and sit on the couch and just sleeping all day. So you have to get up and do it. Yes, could I go after work? I could, but the problem is if I'm closing, I get home by like 8:30, gym closes at 9. I'm not gonna get there. If I'm opening, by the time I get home from traffic, come home and change, I don't have the adequate enough time to go and work out and train the way that I want to train. I need at least a good, people say you need like an hour and a half. I take at least 2. I take my time. I just, don't rush my workout. I just, hit it so my body can, adapt and get as best it possibly be. So 2 hours, perfect. So I just get up in the morning and go. And yes, on my days off, I do go. If I'm off on a Saturday, I'll just tailor my schedule so I can just get up and go work out on a Saturday or a Sunday. It's rare that I have those days off, but when I do, yes, I will utilize them and go work out. I'll go in the morning, early in the morning. My gym opens up at 5. I'm there by at least, 5:30, 5:45, work out for a solid 2 hours, come home, do my thing, and go to work. It's just, that simple. And even, for example, when I used to be an active runner, I used to get up and go run in the morning before it got too hot outside where it was going to be, kind of hard to exert myself the way I wanted to. So I got up around, let's see if I can remember what time I got up, around 6-ish, out the door about 6:15, 6:30 after I get dressed and stretch. And I go hit the pavement. I try to get that 5 miles in, come home, shower, and then go about my business. Days off, relax. Work days, go to work. It's just that simple. The dedication part has to be a part of your regimen, because if it's not a part of your regimen, you're never going to get anything done. You have to be dedicated to the point where when you go to bed at night, you're like, okay, I have to go lift in the morning. I'm going to set my alarm clock. I'm going to get up, take my supplements, take my pre-workout, whatever it is a lot of people take nowadays, and get out the door. No, I don't take pre-workout. That stuff is just, but I know people who do, and that's, they get some up and running. So it's that dedication part that you definitely need to get to where you want to be, and and then that goes into your results. If you're dedicated to doing, the right things, as disciplines with your eating habits, and then dedication would be to working out, then that bleeds into our next topic, which will be the results. So let's talk about results. Overall, a lot of people who train hard and work out, want to see results, and the results will come. The thing is that when you're looking for those results, you have to, go with the mindset of, those results are going to take some time. They're not going to happen overnight. That was one thing that I had to jump over, had to get over that hurdle of, okay, I'm working out like 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and I'm just working out like hard. I'm doing cardio, I'm doing weight training. Like, what are the results? The results are going to come. It just takes a little bit of time, and then results are of course the ultimate thing that a lot of people are looking for. And sometimes when people don't see those results, they get discouraged, and when they get discouraged, they give up. I'm here to tell you that the results will come. If you've seen, the last video, you saw a picture of me, looking at that picture from then in I would say my mid-20s to now in my mid-30s, my body composition has looked like this for a very long time, and I was very grateful that I got that weight off at that time, and then instead of waiting now, because I'm going to tell you, my life has been a lot better after I got rid of all that weight, and got rid of all those negative thoughts about myself because of the weight, and the result is this. The result is somebody who hits the pavement every day, hits the weights every day, to keep my physique going, it keeps me like in a happy place. And again, it's good for your health. So results will drive you, and results are literally the one thing that will get you to the next step, and then after that, the next step. Results are a major key for a lot of people. I remember telling somebody one time, he felt discouraged because he's working out for a month and he didn't see the results that he wanted. And I asked him, quite frankly, I was like, okay, so, have you changed the way you eat? Have you changed the way you sleep? Have you changed the way you diet? Worked out and trained? And he goes, well, I changed my working out, but my eating, I was like, he told me what he ate, and I was like, let me give you a suggestion. And he followed it. And then from following that, the month later, he started seeing the results that he wanted. He lost a couple inches on his waist. He was losing weight. His scale was completely different. And I said, see, that's perfect. You make that little change, and those results that you want will come. You just, have to reevaluate how you do everything. You have to reevaluate the way you train. You have to reevaluate the way, that you eat, you sleep. I never knew sleep was so important when it comes to working out. I usually thought, you get 5 or 4 hours of sleep and you great. I was wrong. If I wanted to see better results, I had to take myself to bed at night. I'm a night owl. Normally, I would be going to bed at 2 o'clock, damn near 3 o'clock, getting like a couple hours of sleep, and get up the next day and go to work. But I read that if you sleep better, your body kind of forms better as losing weight and everything like that. Like, you go to sleep burns fat, you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's great, especially if you had a great workout day and you had a great eating day. Like, you'll see those results come through. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay, so I'll change the way I sleep and let's see if the results come. And thankfully, those results did come. It's little things that you have to do here and there. Now, as I said, results don't come easy, but as long as you don't give up, as long as you eat right, as long as you work out right, you get some sleep, and that's another thing too. Results will come when your body is feeling great. Take good care of your body. Put good things in so your body will give you great things. Put good things in, great results. You put bad things in, bad results. You don't go to sleep well, you feel groggy. You don't take care of your body, you're just gonna feel it. So that's another thing too. And as I said, like the last video, that 2-week threshold, if you can jump through that hurdle, the results that you want will come through. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. So I want to talk about meal prepping. I used to meal prep, a lot. And yes, it was time consuming. Yes, it got your kitchen dirty. Yes, you mess up a lot of pans and pots or whatever you use for it. But you were able to, out of that huge mess, create maybe, 6-7 meals for the week, which was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you now, between going to the gym early in the morning and then coming home, sometimes I'm not in the mood to cook. So for me, what works out for me is I subscribe to a meal prep company. I did when I lived in New York, and for a local, place there, Healthy Meals Direct. And then when I moved down to Virginia, I meal prepped for a little bit because I didn't know the meal prep companies down here, so I had to do a little bit of research. So thank God for the quarantine. Well, actually, that's not thank God for the quarantine. Our quarantine sucked, but I was able to do a little bit of research while being home, and I discovered that Flex Pro Meals does work. So I subscribe to them. They drop off meals to my job because I'm always there. Go figure. And I put them in the freezer, take them out, pop in the microwave, 2-3 minutes, maybe 4. Just make sure it's like piping hot, and eat it. And those meals are healthy. Now, I always get that question, like, why don't you meal prep anymore? And I just go by the logic. By the time I'm done buying all the ingredients, all the food, everything like that, and then I spend the time of prepping those ingredients, then cooking them, and then letting them cool off, and then putting them in a Tupperware, then fridge, and everything like that. If I don't eat that food, it's gonna go bad, and that's wasting money. But if I take that same money and go to a meal prep company, the meals are frozen, delivered to me with frozen ice. They stay cool literally all day. I take them from work, drive home, unbox them, put them in my freezer, and they're there. Now, those last a lot longer. It's those kind of key factors right there. Money, time, and flexibility with the meals is why I don't really meal prep that much. Like when I'm home, I'll cook, but I'll cook my breakfast, or what do you call our post-workout meal. I'll cook that, I'll work out, and then I'll come home and eat. And then I'll have one of those meals for lunch. And then for dinner, I'll make a little something, like a little piece of steak with some potatoes and some vegetables like asparagus, broccoli, string beans, whatever I have in my freezer. But that's the most I'll meal prep. Now, if I'm gonna cook, a full-blown dinner, I'll do a full-blown dinner. Like I can still get down in the kitchen. I just don't get down as much when it comes to the meal prep, only because the time and availability that I have to sit there and do it. Yes, I can do it on my day off, but I have other things I want to do on my day off. I want to go train in the morning. I want to come home, clean my apartment. I want to pay some bills. I have to go run on some errands. I got to drop stuff off at the mail. Adulting at its finest. So sometimes I just don't have the flexibility to do that anymore. So meal prep companies are great, but if you have the time to do it with no problem, no bearing on anything else you're doing in your life, go for it. And meal prep is very convenient. Once you have the meals cooked, put them in your Tupperware, you can put them in your fridge, take them out, warm them up, and you're good. It's a good meal to go. A lot of pro athletes, like football players, bodybuilders, basketball players, etc. They all, have meal prep companies that they go to. I use Flex Pro Meals. Trifecta is one of the popular ones back in New York. For those who live in Long Island who watch this, Healthy Meals Direct. There's so many meal prep companies out there. It just depends on your budget and what you want to eat. And they cater to vegans, if you're doing the keto diet, if you're not doing a diet, anything like that. And majority of those meals are under 500 calories. So really think about that in perspective. 500 calorie meal, perfect. So if you want to do like a 500 calorie meal with a snack, which is what I do, that's fantastic. You're great right there. From my workouts in the morning, I'll do like a protein shake. So that's 200 calories, 250 right there in a protein shake on top of my lunch meal, and like, one of my like healthy snacks or something like that. You like a fruit cup or something like that. For all those who know me, yes, I do eat beef jerky. Yes, I do eat Slim Jims. So sometimes I sneak one of those in there. Should I not do that? Not really, but it's part of my diet that I made for myself, so it's in there somehow, But that'd be like a great way just to have your meals prepared. And if you really think about it, meal prep does save money. I want everybody to take a quick second to think about how much money they spend when they're at work on food that they have to either research or go pick up. You're spending about $15 a day if you're working 5 days a week. 15 times 4, 4 weeks out of the month, you're working 5 days, that's a whole week right there. So $15 times 4, $15 times 5, then times 4. Come on, you're saving money by either meal prepping on your own or just buying the pre-made ones, putting in your freezer, and you're good. Oh, and they're healthy. That's the main key. They're healthy, nutritious. Nutrition alone works out, and super convenient. I can actually enjoy a full break instead of me have to go get food, come back. I can enjoy a whole break. So meal prep, I approve it. I studied it, I've done it, and I still do to this day. Even if it isn't made by my own hands, still meal prep. And last but not least, this message is going to be for everyone. Don't get discouraged. I can't say that enough. Don't get discouraged. I say that because it happens. It happens in everyday life. But discouragement, when it comes to your working out, that can get you down, because sometimes when you get discouraged from working out, or again, not seeing what you want to see from all the work that you put in, you get discouraged, and sometimes you give up and you quit. Some people take a step back, reassess the situation, and then go back in with a new direction. But some people get discouraged and they don't move. They just try to backpedal, redo it, and then don't go back to it. Don't get discouraged. Don't give up on yourself. There was times where I wanted to give up on myself. I felt like I couldn't do it. I felt like it was one of those things where it's unattainable. At one point, I told myself in the gym, like, I was working out one day and I was heavy breathing and I was feeling like I was just feeling it. I literally told myself, man, I feel like giving up right now. I just want to be fat forever, and and I kept huffing and puffing. I was just like, no, I promised myself I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. So for all those out there who are doing it or starting their weight loss journey, continue to put in the hard work. Do not get discouraged. For all those people out there who are, in fantastic shape, but you work out every day, you eat right every day, everything like that, and sometimes you feel like you don't want to do it, do not get discouraged. Keep going. For those average people out there who hit the gym at least 3 times a week just to stay active, everything like that, I applaud you. Keep it going. Do not get discouraged. Do not let yourself feel down or defeated, anything like that. If you feel defeated sometimes from not seeing what you want to see or getting where you want to get to, listen, just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep it going. The worst thing to do is to give up on yourself, because at the end of the day, sometimes you just have yourself, and you have to push yourself through every single workout. I know there's times where I'll be in the gym and I'll be fatigued, I'll be out of breath, I'll be tired, I didn't get enough sleep, I had a long day at work, I don't want to be here, but in my mind, I have to keep going, because if I don't, I'm going to regret not putting in that work, and I'm going to feel a little bit discouraged, because I know that I could have pushed myself to the best possible, part of myself that I could have, and I would get discouraged. So don't get discouraged. Don't give up on yourself. That's my little tidbit of the day, for all those out there. So keep it going. Don't quit. Be your own motivation. My little message. All right, well, that wraps up fitness part 2. There won't be a part 3, so don't worry about it. Thank you again for all watching, and for watching last week's video. I really do appreciate it. The channel is growing slowly but surely, and I want to thank everyone who watches. It's still coming off the ground. I'm working on a backdrop for this little nook area right here, so it doesn't look like plain white. I'm thinking of new ways of trying to get the video and get the content out there to other people out there who want to watch my videos, and that'd be great. I messaged Charlemagne the God. Hopefully he'll read it and he'll get back to me, because I want to have him on the show one day. And yeah. Thank you all for watching and supporting. I greatly appreciate it. If this is another video that you liked, if I said something that piqued your interest or sparked you, great. Like, subscribe, share. Let's get it out to the masses, and stay tuned for the follow-up video, because guess what? It's my favorite time of the year. It's spooky season. Spooky. So I'm going to do my next video, my top 5 all-time favorite horror movies. It's 31 days of October. I watch 31 days of horror movies. As a matter of fact, let's be real about it. I do 365 days a year, and you're going to hear about it in my next video. But it's your boy John Freeman, aka the King. This is another episode of Thoughts of a King. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Peace.